Uh, as you know, this is going to be the revision session or summary session for your week 2 contents, right? Before starting the class, I just wanted to know if you have some specific doubt or what, have you already watched all the recorded lectures?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so are you facing problem or difficulty with any particular portion? I will cover all the things from beginning to end. But if you have something specific, then I will focus on this topics more specifically. That is why I wanted to know. So, okay. Uh, One, I have doubt regarding SSC. Okay. Anything else other than SSC? Okay. So if you have doubt or problem related to any assignment questions or graded assignment question or non-graded, we will discuss in the open session. Uh, for in this session, let us cover the content from your week 2. So I guess you can see my screen, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So yeah. So here I have written all the thing in a gist version that we have to cover. So so the first thing to cover is coordinate system, right? So we learned about what a coordinate system is, or we can say it as a rectangular coordinate system or Cartesian coordinate system, right? So we know that we can draw the coordinate system with horizontal and vertical line, where the horizontal line represents our x-axis and the vertical line represents our y-axis, right? So the word Cartesian coordinate system came from Cartesian product. So while learning the set theory, we learned about Cartesian product, right? Where we know we express things in a tuple A comma B, where A belongs to the set A and B belongs to the set B, right? And we named this set as a set A cross B, and we used to call it as a Cartesian product of A cross B, right? Here also, the x-axis, that means the horizontal line drawn here, it's represent a set. Typically, you can consider it as a real line, and the y-axis, it's again represents a set. Typically, we will consider it as real line. Okay. And all the things, that means if once I have Cartesian product, so all the points are basically points in the set x cross y. Okay.
So, ma'am, what is A and what is B? A belongs to x-axis and B belongs to y-axis.
Yeah, I mean here we have two sets, that means small x and small y. Okay, so we just we have to just compare these two things. Okay, so yeah, the small x is our first set, that means we can compare A with the small x. Okay, and B with the small y. Okay, then we got this set, right? Cartesian product of this set. So all the points in our Cartesian coordinate system, basically the points of the Cartesian product of the two axes, x-axis and y-axis. Clear? So we know that this coordinate is typically called as first coordinate. This is our second coordinate, this is our third coordinate, and this is our fourth coordinate, right? And we have the elements of our Cartesian coordinate system as the points and line. So these two are basic elements, right? So points means basically it's represent the element of the set of this set, Cartesian set of the Cartesian product of this two set, x and y.
So
Okay.
ma'am, here capital letter A belongs to x-axis, na? And capital letter B belongs to y-axis. Coordinate like.
No. The thing is, capital A you can consider as x-axis. This is our x-axis. This line is basically a set. Okay. And the capital B you can consider as y. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like A belongs to all the elements on the x-axis, na? Is
Yeah.
it right?
Yeah. That means small a. Small a, the first coordinate.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, yeah, okay, ma'am. Ma'am, you
Okay,
can
so
explain.
okay, if suppose if I want to write, okay, let me denote it as capital X and capital Y to avoid any. Okay, so in the Cartesian coordinate system, we typically express as a point as x comma y, right? Where this x is basically x in the capital X axis, right? And the second coordinate y is basically an element from capital Y axis. Okay, now is it okay to relate this to thing?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so once we know about Cartesian coordinate system, then we have the elements of Cartesian coordinate system, which are nothing but points and line, what I already said, right? So if I have points, so because there are infinitely many number of points, so what is the concept should come to our mind first? Distance between 2 points, right? And we learned how to calculate the distance between 2 points, right? So if I have any arbitrary 2 point, we can calculate the distance between these 2 points. Suppose if this is our point A, x1 comma y1, and suppose this is our point B, x2 comma y2, then we can calculate the distance between 2 points, and we know that the distance between the point A and B is typically length of the line joining these 2 points, right? So basically we have to calculate length of the line joining these 2 points. So to calculate this thing, what we will use Pythagoras theorem, right? That you already know, right? So basically what we will do, we will draw a vertical line and a horizontal line from the we will draw the horizontal line from point A, and we will draw a vertical line from point B, right? And they will cut at a point. We can rename the point as C, and the coordinate of C will be what? Anyone? What will be the coordinate of C?
X2
Ma'am, it will be under
Y1.
root of x2 minus x. The
X2
x-axis.
Y1.
x2 comma
Yeah,
y1.
right. X2 comma y1. Just we wanted to know the coordinate of C. So we will follow the x-axis of B, because we are drawing a vertical line from B, and we will follow the y-axis of the point A, because we are drawing a horizontal line from it, right? So the x-axis of C will be similar to the x-axis of B, and the y-axis of C will be similar to the y-axis of B, right? Now we can see that we have that scenario ABC, we have a triangle, right? And here we can use the Pythagoras rule. So we want the length of AB, right? And what will be the length of AB? This will be basically length of BC square plus length of AC square, right? And once we have the length of BC and AC, we can calculate the length of AB, right? So what is the length of BC?
y1 minus y2.
Right. So we have typically y1 minus y2 square, and then we have x1 minus x2 square, right?
Yeah.
So basically, this is the thing, like using the Pythagoras rule, that is how we can calculate the length of any of the line. Like that means we can calculate the distance, the shortest distance between any 2 points, right? It is clear to all of you, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then we have sections formula, right? So what does the section formula called?
Basically divide into two part.
Yeah, right. Very good. So that means in our Cartesian coordinate system, if we have 2 points, then we can consider a line which can join this 2 points, right? So we have the line AB, and suppose if we have a point C, we don't know what is the exact coordinate of the point, but one data we have given, which is that the point C is basically splits the line AB into m:n ratio, right? So if we have this type of data given, then using this mn, and if we have the coordinate of a as x1 y1 and coordinate of b as x2 y2, then we can basically calculate the coordinate of the point C, right? So using the section formula, we basically calculate the coordinate of the point C. So how can we do that? Suppose this is our C, that means with the coordinate xy, and suppose this is our point B with the coordinate x2 y2, and this is A x1 y1, right? So again we will use that triangles to do these things. Okay, so how we will use? Again we will do the same thing. We will draw vertical line from the point B, and we will draw a horizontal line from the point C, right? And similarly, again we will draw a vertical line from the point C and a horizontal line from the point A. Okay, so we have this scenario now.
Ma'am, by default, we have to do that horizontal line from
Yeah.
B end.
Yeah, because we want to use the formula of triangle, right? That is why you need to form a triangle. That is why you have to do it. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So this point we have. Sorry. I have drawn the picture incorrect way. So we have this picture. If suppose this is our point P, so what will be the coordinate of P now? Sorry.
x2 comma y.
Right, x2 comma y, and what will be the coordinate of Q?
X comma y1.
X comma y, correct. So now we have two different triangles. First is triangle BCP. Yeah.
Ma'am, can you explain P and Q coordinates for me?
Okay, so we are drawing a vertical line from the B, right? From the point B, right? So that means we have a, if you have a Cartesian coordinate and if you are drawing a vertical line, that means for this vertical line, we are changing the y coordinate, but x coordinate remains same for all the time, right? So here we have 0 comma some y1. Here we have, sorry, here we have some x comma 0, because y is 0 here, right? And we have some x, I don't know, but some x. Okay, for this point,
Ma'am, P should be x2 comma y1, na? You have written just y.
no, why y1? We are drawing the horizontal line from this C point, right? And for the C point, we have coordinate x comma y.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, what I was saying, if when we are drawing a vertical line in our coordinate system, we can see that in that vertical line, x coordinate always remains same and y coordinate basically varies. Similarly, when we will draw a horizontal line, we can see that the y coordinate remains same throughout the line and x coordinate will change, right? So because here in the line BP, we are drawing a vertical line, right? So the x coordinate will remain same. Okay, and similarly we are drawing a horizontal
Okay,
line.
ma'am, I got it.
Got it, right? So in this horizontal line, the y coordinate will remain same.
Is changing and
Yeah.
x coordinate and
Yeah.
same.
And P is basically what? Intersection of these two lines. That means P
Okay.
should satisfy both the lines. So the x coordinate we will take from B. That means from the vertical
B
line.
and
Yeah.
C from Y.
Yeah, correct. Similarly for the point Q. Okay, is it now clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now we have two
How is
different.
the point Q is x1, y1?
No, this is not x1. This is x comma y1 comma. Okay.
X comma y1. Okay, ma'am, got it.
Okay. So now we have two different triangles, ACQ and BCP, right? So these two triangles will be similar. But how? Anyone? How are
AB,
they similar?
AB common line, then angle PQ
No.
90.
AB is not common line. Common line we can say, like, if we have this type of scenario, then this line can be called as a common line. So AB is not a common line.
Ma'am, basically, if we consider CP and DQ, what is this? DQ as parallel lines.
This is A.
Yeah, if we consider CP and AQ as parallel lines and we have this AB as transversal, so ma'am, BCP will be equal to CAQ, the angles.
Okay. That means we can basically call.
Triple A. Yeah,
These two are
similar by triple A, basically.
Yeah.
Or RHS.
So we will consider the angles triple A, right? Okay. So we need three similarities, right? So we have the three angles which will be same. Okay. That is why these two triangle will be similar. Okay. Is it fine?
Okay.
Yeah. So once we have these two triangles are similar, then what can we say? That the ratio of their hypotenuse will be equals to ratio of their base, and this will be equals to ratio of their height, right? That means we can basically write AC over BC. That means ratio of their hypotenuse will be equals to ratio of their height. That means CQ over BP, right? And this will be equals to ratio of their base. That means AQ by CP, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Now we have the data that the point C splits the line A comma B in m:n ratio. That means AC over AC by BC will represent m by n, right? Then we have CQ. CQ means this point C and Q. So we can calculate the length. So what is the length of the line CQ?
X minus
X1 Y, X2 Y1.
No.
X Y1.
CQ.
Y1 minus CQ. Y1 minus Y, right? Or Y minus Y1, right?
Yes.
Ma'am, Q point is X comma Y1, right?
Yeah, X comma Y1. And C is X comma Y.
And A point is X comma Y1.
X1 comma Y1. Sorry. Yeah. Okay.
X1.
X1
So
comma
Q
Y1.
must be X1 Y1, right?
No. X comma Y1.
X comma Y1, because we are taking X axis from the point C and Y axis from the point A. Because of the similar logic, right?
X axis is, ma'am, on A is X1 Y1, right?
No. See, we are drawing a vertical line from the point C, right?
C.
That
That
means
is y-axis.
throughout the line, the x coordinate will remain same. And we are drawing a horizontal line from the point A. That means throughout the line, the y coordinate will remain same. And Q is the intersection of this horizontal
Both
and vertical
C and A.
line, right? So the x coordinate we will take from the C, and y coordinate we will take from the point A. Is it clear? If
Okay,
you
ma'am.
have
No,
still,
ma'am.
if you have any doubt, you can ask.
I can't figure out x-axis from C and A and Q.
Okay. So that that point you got, right? When we are drawing a vertical line, then throughout the line, the x coordinate will be same, right? So once we are drawing a vertical line which passes through the point C, and we know the x coordinate of C is x.
Yes.
So the x coordinate of the line will be x, right? Throughout the line, the x coordinate will remain x, right?
Okay. And what is the y-axis in this? A.
And y
From A.
coordinate of A, similarly, we are drawing a horizontal line which is passes through the point A, right? And we know the y coordinate for the point A is y1. That means throughout the line, the y coordinate will remain same, right? So
Okay.
in the horizontal line, we have the restriction that throughout the line, the y coordinate will be y1. And in the vertical line, we have the restriction that throughout the line, we have the x coordinate at x. And Q is the intersection of these 2 points. That means Q should satisfy all the conditions, right? So if I take the first condition, so the y coordinate will be y1. And if I take the second condition, then the x coordinate will be x. Okay?
Okay.
Clear, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, correct. Perfect. Now we have to calculate the length of BP. So what is the length of BP?
Ma'am, one thing, when you said that from A there is a y-axis. From A, or there will be a y-axis, na?
Yeah.
That's
And
what I'm saying.
If you are drawing a vertical line from some point, then you will take the x-axis, okay? And if you are drawing a horizontal line from some point, then you will take the y-axis. That is what you have to remember. Because of this thing, right? In the Cartesian coordinate, if I draw a horizontal line, that means y is remaining same here, right? And we are varying basically x. Similarly, for vertical lines, x is remaining same and y we are varying, right?
So, ma'am, in first half, B, C, Q, you are taking B as a x and C as a y.
Yeah, because we are drawing the vertical line from B. So we will take the x coordinate from B, right? And we are drawing the horizontal line from C. So we will take the y coordinate from C. Okay.
Okay, so from A we are drawing x-axis.
No,
And from C we are y.
From A we are drawing a horizontal line. So we will take the y-axis.
Y-axis. For horizontal line we have to take y-axis.
Yeah,
For
horizontal line.
perpendicular we have to x-axis.
Yeah. Whenever you are taking a vertical line, you have to take the x-axis from that point. And whenever you are drawing a horizontal line from some point, you have to take the y-axis from the point. Okay?
Ma'am, when we are
Ma'am,
drawing the
that
horizontal line, the y-axis should be same. You are saying that?
Yeah, for a horizontal line, y-axis will be same throughout the line.
Ma'am,
The
and for the
Cartesian
vertical
coordinate
line,
system.
yes, ma'am. For the vertical line, the x coordinate should be the same. That is more simpler, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. The thing is, for horizontal line, yeah, whatever he said, for a horizontal line, the y coordinate will remain same. And for a vertical line, the x coordinate will remain same. Okay? Is it fine for all of you?
Yes, ma'am. As in BP, the y coordinate is same, and for the AQ line, x coordinate is same because it's a horizontal line.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah. Y1, like opposite. I said. Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So what will be the length of BP?
y2 minus y.
Okay. Now AQ.
X minus x1.
And CP. This line. CP.
X2 minus x.
X2 minus x. So on.
Now, if I just simplify all this thing, then in a result, what do we get? X equals to?
mx2.
Ma'am, x2 minus x, I think.
CP. X2 minus x. Yeah, correct. Thank you. Yeah. So in a result, what do we get?
mx2 plus nx1 by m plus n.
Yes.
Similarly, y. We can get y.
Similarly, for y, we get my2 plus ny1 by m plus n. So you can simplify this equation and you can get this to thing, right? Any doubt do you have? So this is called the section formula. So using this section
Yes, ma'am.
formula, we can find any point, the coordinate of any point if we know the ratio.
Ma'am, can you just scroll down? I'm writing something.
Sure.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
while writing this, like if we write y1 minus y instead of the y minus y1 in CQ, is it correct or wrong?
What y1 minus y?
Yeah.
The thing is, it will represent, I mean, whenever we are calculating some length, we always use a modulus. Okay. So
Yeah.
if you are taking a
So it
modulus,
doesn't matter.
you can write
Yeah.
both. But once you are removing the modulus, you have to take the positive one. Okay.
See,
Because we know that we can see from the picture y is larger than y1, right? So if I take y1 minus y, then we will get the length, but the negative length. So for calculating the length, we basically try to avoid the negative sign, right? That is why we will take y minus y1.
ma'am, actually,
But the thing is, like, we have to
How
just
we
take the
get to know
difference
that
and
y is larger than x?
Y is larger than y1, not x.
actually, ma'am, going to the last question, the student asked, she asked, like, can we write y1 minus y? I guess we can write it, but for the denominator also, we have to write it like y
yeah,
minus
Yeah,
y2.
yeah,
that
So
is
that
yeah.
what I
minus
was
one
saying, that
get
when you are
the minus
like,
one get the minus
yeah.
one get cancelled actually.
So what
Fine.
you can write it as y1 minus y. So we will get the length, but in a negative version. So in that case, you will get the negative length. So if you want to balance this, you have to take the negative length for the BPH2. So it will
Yeah,
be
I understand.
cancelled out and it will be balanced then.
Sure.
It will
Thank you.
be positive, ma'am. Actually, minus one get cancelled, so it will be
Yeah,
a
that is
different
what I was
modulus.
saying. It will be balanced. So it will
The
be
only thing is the
again.
numerator and denominator, when we write, we should be in the same direction. It should not
Yeah.
be the reverse.
Yeah.
Thank
That is the thing. You should maintain the same direction. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else? Any other doubts or what? Okay. No, right? Fine. So we covered section formula. Then let us come to slope of a line. So again, let us draw our Cartesian coordinate system. So if we have a line, then what do we know? Slope is what? The angle which the line makes with the x-axis, right? Suppose this is our line L. This is our x-axis, this is our y-axis. So the angle we have to consider. So this is the angle. Then what is the slope? Slope is basically, we typically denote slope as m, and this is equals to tan theta, right? So this is slope of a line. So if you want to remember slope, this is basically nothing but the angle which the line makes with respect to the x-axis. Okay. Then we will take the, yes.
dy by dx is also slope. Right?
Yeah. This is that the value of dy by dx is nothing but
Tan theta.
that tan theta. Yes. So you will get this in the 7th or 8th week, maybe, for any curve. For a line, this is pretty simple. But for any random curve, you can also calculate the slope, right? So for calculating for any random curve, calculating the slope at some that is the procedure you have to do at some particular point, right? That means for each point you will get different slopes. So in that case, at that point you have to draw the tangent. So tangents is nothing but typically line which touches the curve at that point, and then we will get a standard straight line. So we know how to calculate the slope of a straight line. This is nothing but the angle with x-axis, and we will take m equals to tan theta. right? So this aim will be, if this is our curve C, so this aim will be nothing but the differentiate or derivative of the curve C. That means what you just said right now, dCdt, at that point. If the point is T naught, then at the point T naught. Okay. So this is for any general curve. I mean, once we know how to, like, what is the slope of a line, so using the same concept for a slope of a line, we can similarly calculate slope of any curve at some point. Okay. So basically, slope of a line is tan theta, where theta, the angle is the angle between x-axis and the line L. Okay.
Ma'am, we can also say that a slope is the change in y-axis per 1 unit x-axis. Like
What? Change in?
Change in y coordinate, how much it is per
unit x-axis.
per unit x-axis. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, yes. Because of the derivative thing.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Because for the straight line, it would
We
would
will
always
get
be
the
constant.
dl dx type of thing, right?
Yeah.
So this is
ma'am, because
basically rate of
in
change.
the straight line, it will always be constant. The
Yeah.
slope.
Yeah. Right.
It will only increase. It will only increase by a constant value for every per unit value of x.
Yes. Right. Right. Okay. So basically what you just said, this is a kind of rate of change. This comes from the derivative. So derivative means what that small dl, it's basically a small length, small portion from the line, right? And dx means this is again a small portion from the x-axis. So this is nothing but this represents the rate of change of the line with respect to the x-axis, right? So this is basically equals to m, which is equals to tan theta. That means our slope. Okay. Anything else? Any doubt? No.
No.
Okay, fine. So once we know what does a slope means for a line, so we can calculate or we can compute the slope between the difference angle between two lines using the slope. Okay. So that means if I have two different lines, line L1 and suppose line L2, so we can calculate the angle between these two lines. Suppose the angle is theta, so we can calculate this angle using the slope. Okay. So once we have the equation of a line, we know what a general equation of the line, right? So once we know the equation of a line, we can calculate the slope of a line with the derivative type of thing, right? So once we know the slope, we can calculate angle between these two lines. So how can we do that? This angle will be, if I take the angle between L2 line and x-axis, suppose this is our alpha 1, and the angle between L1 and x, this is our alpha 2. Okay. So theta will be nothing but alpha 1 minus alpha 2, right? That means we are taking the whole angle, then we are excluding this portion. So we will get this portion, correct? Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So this is our theta. Now we know that tan theta, again we will use the trigonometric formulas. So tan theta will be then equals to tan alpha minus tan alpha 2, right? And what is the formula of tan A minus B? We can use the formula. Anyone? Tan A minus B formula?
Ma'am, it's 10a minus 10b 1 upon
Divided by
1 plus 10a 10b.
Correct. Right. Alpha 2. This is the formula, right?
Ma'am, where we will use this formula?
It's
What?
basically
In which type
to-
of question?
No, you
It's
don't need to use this formula. I mean, in a result, we will get a final formula using the slope. You have to use this final formula. That is why you need to remember the steps. Okay. That is the purpose. Okay.
So basically, ma'am is derivating the formula of the angle between two lines.
Yes.
The slope of angle between
Yeah,
the two
I am
lines.
derivating the formula. You just need to remember the formula because you may sometimes use the formula in exam or in your assignments and all. Okay, I'm just derivating the formula. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So first we know what is the angle theta, right? So theta is nothing but alpha 1 minus alpha 2. Then we know what the formula for tan A minus B. Then we will put the formula. So in a result, we get tan alpha 1 minus tan alpha 2 by 1 plus tan alpha 1 tan alpha 2. Right? So what is tan alpha 1? This is slope for the line L2, right? Right? I should have write it as this is suppose L1 and this is L2 for convenience just, okay? Just wait for 1 minute. So tan alpha 1 is what? Tan alpha 1 is
Ma'am, please erase the thing. Don't clutter it.
which thing?
That you have written 2 times. The later that seems to be cluttered.
Okay. So this is our L1, this is our L2. Okay. So that is why from the picture we can see the line L1 is making the angle alpha 1 with x-axis. So we are then the slope of the line we can denote it as M1. This will be tan of alpha 1, right? Right? We knew it from this thing, right? And the slope for the line L2 we can denote it as M2. This will be tan of alpha 2. Okay? Is it fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Then we will just put the value. So we will get M1 minus M2 by 1 plus M1 M2. Okay. That means once we have two lines L1 and L2 with slope M1 and M2, and suppose you have the question that you have to calculate the angle between these two things, then the angle will be tan inverse of M1 minus M2 by 1 plus M1 M2. Okay. So this is the formula to calculate the angle. Any doubt?
Actually, this tan theta formula, tan alpha minus beta, do we need to see the explanation of it in any textbook, or just this formula is enough?
Yeah, it's enough. You can remember this formula. Then tan alpha A minus B. This is a popular trigonometry formula, right? You have learned it in your 11th standard, maybe, right?
Ma'am.
Yeah.
What we put instead of 10 when we applying formula in question? dy by dx.
Actually, in the question, only M1 and M2 will be given. So they will be given slope.
Yeah.
So we only have to put the value of M1 and M2,
Yes.
not tan inverse, because the slope will be given most of the time.
Yeah. So
Okay.
tan alpha 1 will be nothing but the slope. So you have the slope. We will have the slope given in the question. So you have to apply the thing. Okay. So this is just the construction of the proof. Okay.
Hello, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
Ma'am, I have a question. I was solving actually the activity questions, and there was a question where it was saying that an object is creating an angle of 45 degree horizontally. So, ma'am, the angle which is created by the object horizontally and it is 45 degree, then should we take it as minus 10 45 degree horizontally clockwise actually?
Yes, it would be minus, because if it is clockwise, we will take it as positive. And for the actually anti-clockwise is
If
positive. Is
it was
positive and
given in the
clockwise is negative.
question, right? Like it is taking the theta, like the angle in clockwise direction.
Yes,
Was it
ma'am.
given? Okay. Then you have to take the minus one, because generally we took the used to take the positive theta in anti-clockwise direction. So whenever you have the clockwise like some theta in a clockwise direction, you have to take negative of the theta. Okay. And tan of minus theta will be minus tan theta, right? Then you can do it in your usual way. Okay.
Hello, ma'am.
Hmm.
Tan of 90 plus alpha, what will be the answer?
Tan of 90 plus alpha. So in this type of also, you can use your Cartesian coordinate type of thing. That means 90 means this, and alpha means you will get this in the second coordinate. So this will be, so we
Yes,
know
ma'am.
this is all sine, tan, cos, right? So this will be minus cot alpha if I'm not wrong, right?
Ma'am, hello.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am, I got the question, and the question was the bird makes an angle of 45-degree measured in clockwise direction with the
Yeah.
ground horizontal axis.
Okay, that means if suppose this is a bird and suppose this is the way, so we have the horizontal axis, that means our x-axis, and clockwise direction means you are getting
Measured in clockwise.
this direction or this type of thing. Okay. So clockwise direction means in this direction, right? So we are, in general, we will take this anti-clockwise direction as a positive direction, right? So you have to take negative of the theta. Okay. And for tan 90 plus alpha, you will get this, like all sine, tan, cos, you can consider the coordinate systems, then you can calculate it. Okay. If the coordinate here, if the constant multiplication with pi by 2 or 90 is odd, then we will get cot. And if you are in tan, the coordinate of tan theta, you will get a positive thing. Or if you are in the coordinate of any other, like x other than all and tan, like if it is in sine or cos, then you will get a negative one. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. So for also tan theta, tan of minus theta, that means we are taking the clockwise direction. That means like this, like if theta is the angle, so we are taking in this direction, right? This is
Yes.
the clockwise direction. That means you get this in the cos coordinate, right? That is why we used to take this as tan of theta, minus tan of theta, because the angle will be in the coordinate of cos, right? So this will not be in the coordinate tan. That is why we used to take minus. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah. Also, one more thing you have, like we know that tan theta is basically used to sine theta by cos theta, right? And we know that sine theta is a odd function and cos theta is a even function. That means sine of minus theta is minus sine theta, and cos of minus theta is cos theta. This is the definition of even and odd function, right? So tan of minus theta will be sine of minus theta by cos of minus theta. That means minus sine theta by cos theta. That means minus tan theta. Okay. Any doubt?
Yes, ma'am.
No.
No, ma'am.
Okay. So it's clear for all of you, right? Okay. So what did we learn? That means we have a coordinate system. So if I have the coordinate system, so we should have the elements of the coordinate system. And the typical elements of the coordinate system is points of the coordinate system. That means points from the sets. And once we have point, we can measure the distance. We can join the point. If we join the point, we will get a line. That means we can get another element in our set. Right? So line is another element joining 2 points, right? Then once we have line, we learned about a new concept called slope of the line. So slope of the lines is nothing but the angle with the x-axis or the horizontal line or any horizontal line. Then we learned that if we have two different lines, then how can we calculate the angle between these two lines? This is nothing but this is the we can compute this using this formula, right? Using their slope, m1 minus m2 by 1 plus m1 m2. These are the things we learned. Okay. Next we have straight lines. So we learned about the slope of straight line. Then we have to know about the forms. I mean, how can we express the straight line, right? So we know that we have generally the general equation of the straight line can be expressed at ax plus by equals to c. This is the general form, right? This is the general form. Now we have so many forms, like we have slope intercept form, we have 2 points form, we have intercept form, and so we have 5 to 6 form to express as a straight line. But one thing we can see that, we can observe that all the forms are related to each other. That means if you have one form given, you can go one form to another form. Okay, so if you have the slope intercept form given, you can express the line in general form from that, and you can do it vice versa. I mean, for any form you can go to another form. Okay, so generally we will represent line x plus by equals to c. This is a general form of a straight line. Now if I just take the c here, so we will get ax by c plus by c equals 1, right? This is a typical thing. So then we have this thing, right? Okay, so from general form we express the straight line in another form, and this form is called intercept form, right? So intercept form, why? Because this two thing is basically the x-intercept and y-intercept of the line respectively. That means if I have the line, that means the x-intercept means the point at which the line will intersect the x-axis, right? This is the x-intercept, and the coordinate of x-intercept will be c by a comma 0, and the coordinate of y-intercept will be c by b comma 0. Okay, this is the intercept form. But why is it so? So yeah.
Ma'am, 0 comma c by b.
Yeah, right. Thank you. 0 comma c by b.
By using the slope formula, I mean point slope form or a 2-point form.
I mean, what is your question?
Ma'am, you just asked that why is this equation like this? I guess.
Okay. Yeah, using the 2-point formula, you can also do that. I mean, if you have this 2 point, you can again use this 2 point to calculate the equation. But typically, if I have any equation, how will you compute the x-intercept? X-intercept means the point at which the line or the curve will cut the x-axis, right? So that means the point will lie in the x-axis. That means the y-coordinate will be 0 in that point, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So if you want
we can do that by dividing the constant by the coefficient of x, but having a negative sign.
Yeah, sign doesn't matter here. Okay, if you have a negative sign, then you may get a straight line like that or something like that. Okay, in that case y is negative, x is negative. In that case x is negative but y is positive. So you can vary this type of thing. That means a, b, c, they can be any real number. C is not equals to 0. Okay, c not equals to 0, and a, b, c can be any real numbers. Okay.
Yes, but if we wanted to find it, so it should be minus c by a and minus c by b. The x-intercept, like y-intercept, would be that.
No. Why? Because okay, let us suppose this is our equation, right? And we want to find the x-intercept. That means we will put y equals to 0, right? Okay, because x-intercept means this point, the point x-intercept will lie in the x-axis, so y coordinate will be 0. So we will put y equals to 0, so we will get x by c equals 1, then x will be c by a, right? Similarly, if you want to calculate the y-intercept, then you have to take x equals to 0.
No, ma'am, I was saying from the general equation of form,
Okay.
when we wanted to calculate the x-intercept and y-intercept, so it should be minus c by a and minus c by b, because c will go like every term will be in the left or right side of the equation.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
if you have the form in this by minus c equals to, sorry, plus c equals to 0, if this is the equation, then you will get this is correct.
Then it would be minus c by b, the y
Minus c, yeah. In that
minus
case,
c
you
by
will
b and minus c by a. So that would be a kind of like we have to put a minus sign in that.
Yeah, equals to. Then you will get this thing, right? So in that case, you will get a line like that, right?
Yes, ma'am, because we have to calculate from a general form of line most of the time. So that's why.
Yeah. So I took the general form as in this form. That is why our C was positive. But C can be negative, A can be negative, B can be negative,
No,
anything is
ma'am, it can be negative, positive when we take it all at the left side or all at the right side. Then it would be more symmetrical, the signs and all. Because if one is positive,
No,
one
no.
is negative,
Okay.
it
The
will be
thing
cut.
is, see, because A, B, and C, these 3 points are variables, right? So you don't know whether these points are positive or negative. I am drawing a picture, but this is a like.
When they are constant, A and B and C are constant,
Yeah,
and when
they
they
are
are at
constant. Yeah, they are constant, but you don't know whether they are positive or negative. They can be positive, they can be negative, right? So in general form, you can express it in this form. I mean, you here you have minus C by A, but what if I prefer to take the value of C as -1 and A as 1? Then in a result, we will get 1, right? Which is a positive number. That is what I wanted to say. They
Yes,
are
ma'am.
fixed constant, but arbitrarily fixed constant, right? So they can be positive, they can be negative too, right?
But ma'am, when we take all the terms in left hand side and right hand side, it will always be minus C by A and it will
Yeah,
always be minus C by B. So
yeah,
in a general form, I said it.
yeah. That
Because अगर
is
यहाँ
fine.
पे ax plus c होता है, कोई लेफ्ट में होता है, कोई राइट में होता है, तो फर्क पड़ जाता है जो आप बता रहे हो. बट अगर सबके सब लेफ्ट में होते हैं या सबके सब राइट में होते हैं,
In
then
that
it
case,
will
you have
always be
to take
minus c by a,
minus
minus
C.
c by c.
And this constant minus C, you can rename as C dash, right? So you will get x by C dash by A and y by C dash by B equals 1. So this will be ultimately same because you are taking a arbitrary constant, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Whatever you said is correct, but you can rewrite it, you can modify it, you can take another constant C dash equals to minus C, then you can again modify it. So sign basically doesn't matter here. The figure, how it will look, it matters. Okay, am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Again, similarly, if I wanted to compute the y-intercept, then we should take the x as 0. So we will get by by c equals 1, then y will be equals to c by b, right? So we can see that from this line, if I calculate the x and y intercept, so we will find c by a and c by b. That is this picture, right? Is it fine up to now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay. Then in the next thing, we have maybe 2-point form, right? So we have slope, point slope form. We covered general form, intercept form. So we have these 3 forms: point slope form, 2-point form, and slope intercept form. So what is 2-point form? That means if I have any 2 point given, so we can calculate the equation of the straight line using this 2 point. I mean, in our coordinate, if I have any 2 point x1, y1, and this is x2, y2, then we can compute this line joining this 2 point. And what is the line? What is the equation?
we
Anyone?
can add any arbitrary point.
Yeah, we can take any arbitrary point.
C.
Then basically we will use the section formula type of thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Then in the
It would be
similar manner,
X
y2
and
minus
Y.
yeah,
Arbitrary
y1.
point.
yeah, very good. So we will again use the section formula type of thing. Then we will use the triangles. Then we, in a result, what we will get? X minus x1 will by y minus y1 equals y2 minus
XY.
y1.
Divided by x
Sorry,
minus
sorry. Yeah, by y2 minus,
Y2 minus Y.
right? So you can rewrite this form in so many ways. I mean, one can also write it as x minus x1 by x2 minus x1. That means we can adjust this thing according to our convenience, right?
Yes, ma'am.
I think it would be different, like it should be y minus y1 upon x minus x1 is equal to y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus
There will be
x1.
No, in that case, you will not get this. I mean, y if this was like that, that means y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1, then you will get something different, right? It will not come from the similarities of the triangle. We want the, because see, we will get, ultimately we will get two similar triangles, right? So we have to compare axis by axis, that means base and height. What we did in the section formula, we have to do the similar type of thing. So you will get this thing, and you can balance this, like you can adjust it, you can cross multiply it, you can adjust according to your convenience. But what is possible, you can only do this type of thing. This is not possible, right?
Ma'am, what is not possible? That what I've said.
Yeah, that
That-
is what y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. You cannot write this
Yes, ma'am.
equals to this, right?
Actually, he was saying x minus, like both sides, we can inverse both sides.
Okay, you wanted to reverse both sides. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, this
Ma'am,
is
because
allowed.
then yes, ma'am, then it would be more appropriate in
Yeah,
terms of slope.
sure. You can definitely do that. I mean, this
Because
is
whenever we find a slope, we always find that y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. So in that way, it would be more appropriate. That's what I was saying.
sure, definitely. You
And
can
we've
do
been
that.
calculating each and every equation based on this one, the last one only.
Yeah.
And that's why we are very compatible with this.
Yeah, sure. So this is our slope, right? This is nothing
Yes,
but
ma'am.
the slope. So you
Yes.
can again rewrite it as m into x minus x1. So from this thing, we will get the slope intercept form, or point slope form it was, right?
Yes.
So this is nothing but the slope, and that means from 2-point form we can get the point intercept, point slope form. Okay.
Ma'am, I have a question. I've been doing since yesterday, but I'm not able to do it.
Okay.
Can I paste the question, ma'am, in the message box?
Yeah, sure. Just paste it. I will see your question. Just let us like complete this discussion, then we will see.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Okay. So so this is the point slope form, right? Then we can again adjust this thing. How? Y minus y1. Sorry. Yeah, this is equals to m into x minus x1 plus y1. We can rewrite this like that, right? Again, we can rewrite it like x minus x1 plus y1 by m, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, we can denote it as d, the whole thing as d. So we will get m x plus d, right?
Yes.
That means we can see, we can move one form to another form. Just if you modify the equation little bit, then you can move one form to another form, right? So these are the 5 forms, how you can represent, how you can express a straight line. Okay, so and from one point to another form we can move, right? Any question?
Ma'am, here D will be the ma'am, what you have denoted D x this x1 plus y1 upon m, na? The
Yeah.
D that you have
No,
denoted.
the whole thing I took like minus x1 plus y1 by m.
So this is the slope of the line on x-axis, like on x-axis, na ma'am?
Which one?
This D is the slope of the line on x-axis. Not
No,
slope,
no.
but the intercept, the intercept on the x-axis.
No, this is not the intercept. I mean, if intercept means you want x-intercept.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah,
ma'am.
yeah, yes.
Yeah, this is the intercept on the x-axis, na?
Yes.
Okay.
So x-axis means you have to take y equals to 0, right? So we will get m into x plus d equals 0. That means x will be equals to minus d. So I guess it was minus here, right? If I'm not wrong.
Yes, ma'am. It will be y equals to mx minus d.
Okay. So we can take d as this 2, right? So this constant, if I take as d, so this will be then,
yes, we have to reverse the sign of d. Basically,
yeah,
it should
yeah,
be minus d.
yeah. So I just take the constant d as x1 minus y1 by m. So we get this as a, okay. From this equation also, if I want to find the x-intercept, so if I take y equals to 0 here, then we will get m into x minus x1 plus y1 equals to 0, right? That means m into x minus x1 equals to minus y1. Again, we can calculate it, minus y1 by m, and x will be equals to x1 minus y1 by m, which is nothing but d, right? So we can see, first we calculated this from point slope form, and second we calculated this from slope
And this
intercept.
is not d, this is minus d actually.
No,
What we
this
are
is d. This is d. This is d. Our d is x1 minus y1 by m, right? This is
Yes,
our
ma'am.
d, right?
okay. It is the x coordinate. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So that is why the d is basically the y coordinate. Sorry, x intercept. Okay. Any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Then we had one thing. I mean, if I have a line, any line, and if suppose I have a point over here, so we can calculate the distance from the line and from the point, the shortest distance. So what is the shortest distance from a line of the point? Is basically the, if I draw a perpendicular from the point over the line, then we will get the shortest distance, right? So once we are drawing a perpendicular, we can create a triangle with height. This is the length we can consider as height, and we have the base, right? And we want to know the height. So once we have a height and base of a triangle, so we know how to calculate the area of a triangle, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So area is nothing but half into height
Base
into
height.
base, right? So because we wanted to calculate the height, so height will be 2 into area by base, right? So that means once you have the triangle, you know these 2 points, you know these points. That means basically you know this lengths, all the lengths. So from this lengths, you can calculate the base. Also, you can calculate the area, and then we can calculate the height from this equation, right? And what was the height? First, just tell me, what was the area?
It was half base height.
Yeah, that's fine. So just let us denote it with A, this with B, this with some C, okay? And
Ma'am, for just a second, can you click on the 3 dots right there?
3 dots here.
Yellow, yes, ma'am. And ma'am, maths result,
Okay.
and turn this off.
Okay, I mean, yeah.
So what it will do?
Okay, it
Automatic
was like,
searching
yeah,
results. No?
yeah. It was doing something
Red
automatic.
line and blue line.
Yeah, so you will.
So that is off.
Deadline?
There was a red box forming.
Okay.
Now it won't.
So it will not interfere now. Okay. So if I take the coordinate as, suppose x1, y1, this is as x2, y2, and this is as x3, y3. Okay. So now we can calculate the area of the triangle from these 3 points, right? We know how to calculate. If I have 3 points, then we can calculate the area of the triangle using these 3 points, right?
Yes,
Using
ma'am.
this x1, y2 minus y3 plus x2, y3 minus y1 plus x3, y3 1 minus y2 maybe. This was the formula, right? Right?
Half of, ma'am.
Half,
Divided
half
into
of
Yes.
it.
Okay.
Half.
So it was the formula for area. So we can calculate the area of the triangle using this formula, and we can calculate the base. This is nothing but distance between these 2 points. Again, we know how to calculate distance between these 2 points, right? So if I calculate these 2 things, then we will get the height, right? So this will be the area, because area is this. So 2 area, 2 into area will be the whole thing, right? Right? This is our 2 into area. And now suppose you want to calculate the base. So base will be, base is basically distance between these 2 points A and B. So what is the distance between these 2 points? If I have typically any point in like x1, y1, A is x1, y1 and B is x2, y2. So from the beginning, in the beginning, we calculated distance between any 2 points, right? What was the distance? Root over x1 minus x2 square plus y1 minus y2 square, right? You can write it as y2 minus y1 and x2 minus x1 because we have square. So it doesn't matter anyways, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is the area and this is the base. Now we have these 2 things. So using these 2 things, we can calculate the height for any line and any point. Okay. If specifically we have the line in some intercept form, in that case, we will get the x coordinate and y coordinate 0. Maybe you have seen in your lecture this type of thing. Like if we have this type of line, so we can consider these 2 points. So for this point, we will get the y coordinate 0. And for this point, we will get the x coordinate 0, right? So if I just take this line, this is the general form of a straight line, right? So we can write it as intercept form. So we will get minus c by a plus y minus c by b equals 0, right? So this point, the coordinate of the point will be what?
Not
Anyone?
the equal to 1, ma'am. There will be ax
Oh,
plus
yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. So what is the coordinate of this point? A.
minus c by a comma 0.
Yeah. And B.
0 comma minus c by b.
Minus c by b. And suppose this is our point. Because this is our point, we can draw lines. This is our point C, x comma y, right? So we have our x1 equals to minus c by a, y1 equals to 0, and x2 equals to minus c by b. Sorry, x2 equals to 0, right?
Yes.
And y2 equals to minus c by b. And x3 is x and y3 is y. Now if I just calculate the area, what we will get? Area will be equals to, area will be equals to mod, the value of x1 is minus c by a. What is y2? Y2 is minus c by b
C by b.
minus y
Y.
plus, what is
Zero.
x2?
0.
0. That means this whole portion will be 0. x3 is x. What is y1? Y1 is 0. And y2 is c by
Minus
b, right? So we will get c by b here, right? Then,
minus c by b, ma'am. Minus c by b.
yeah, but we have minus y2, right?
Okay,
So
okay,
minus
okay.
minus will be cancelled out. Yeah. Then we have this.
Ma'am, can you go to that triangle? I wanted to see something actually a little bit
Here?
down. Yes,
Here?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Is it fine?
In that, what did you do? Like you were finding the area of the triangle.
Yes. we were trying to area of the find area of the triangle using 3 points. So once we have 3 points, we can put them in the equation and we can find the area, right? Right?
Okay, so it is A and ABC basically.
Yeah, the triangle ABC. So here what we did, here we had any general form, right? That means if you have the line, suppose sometime you may have some line which may not cut the x-axis or y-axis. Okay. So basically, if you don't have the x-intercept and y-intercept, you can also do that. So this is the general form. You can use any 3 points, x1, y1 and x3, y3 in the line, and our point is x2, y2. Okay, sorry, x2, y2 was the point.
To get the perimeter.
Okay, we can get, yeah. So we know that if I have 3 points, then we can calculate the area of the triangle, right? Right. So
Yeah.
if you, yes. Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
Okay. So here it was something in general form. And in this case, we took the general form of a straight line. So we basically, particularly, we get the value of x1, y1, x2, y2 and x3, y3. And then our job is to put the value over here and get some final decision, right? So in final, if I just simplify it, we will get c square by AB plus cy by A plus cx by B, right? And from here, what we will get? B equals, what will be the value of B? What is x1? X1 is c by A, right? Sorry, minus c by A. And what is x2? X2 is, okay, here we took this as x2, so this will be x3. This is x3 and y3. Okay.
0.
So yeah, x2 is
x2 is x.
This is our x3. Okay.
Okay.
So this is our
We are
x.
finding the area of the triangle when it is intercept form or in general.
Okay, so this is in general formula, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Once you have the intercept form, we can take, like, we can have the particular values of x1, y1, x2, y2 and x3, y3, right?
So
Which are
did
this.
you? Yes, ma'am. So like my connection was lost. So did you put that intercept values also, like for a result?
Yes.
I was asking.
Yes. So this was a general, and if you put the intercept value, you will get this thing, right? And if you simplify this, then you will get this thing, right?
Okay, so it's in the intercept format where the line is intersecting x and y axis both.
Yes.
And it will be divided by 2 also at the end. Okay.
Yeah, so 2 area we have.
Ma'am, can you take one example from this question?
How to calculate the distance. Yeah, sure. We will take, first we will just
Okay.
Yeah. First we want to calculate, like, we want to see the proof. Okay, so this is the proof. So this is the area and we have to calculate the height, the base now.
I think that maths option again got default enabled.
What did you just said? Can you?
Maths result.
Maths result. Where is maths result? I can see.
Third.
Oops, sorry.
Default.
Yeah.
So the red box will go by that point.
Yeah. So we will get this thing, right? If I put the value of y1, y3 and x1, x3, right? This is our y1, x1, y1 and this is our x3, y3. So just put, then we will get this thing, right? Is everything fine up to that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now we have to calculate the height. So height will be 2 into area. So 2 into area means this, right? Modulus of
C square by A square. C square by AB.
C square by AB plus CY by A plus
CX.
cx by b. It was the thing, right? By right?
Yes, ma'am.
This is what we will get. Okay. Sorry. Now we can again remodify this thing, right? So what can we do now? Anyone? To just
C.
modify this thing.
Cancel out C.
Yeah. So we can see, we can take C as common. So we will get, what we will get if I take C as common?
1 by AB plus 1 by
What C we can take as common? So we will get C by AB plus Y by A plus X by B. We can take C from here too, right? So we will get modulus C 1 by A square plus 1 by B square. So we can cancel them out. So in the next step, what can we do? We can cross multiply this, right?
Ma'am,
Yes.
numerator root is not present. Root, numerator root.
Ma'am,
Modulus.
numerator
Yeah,
is
yeah,
not
right, right. This will be modulus. Yeah. I used to do this type of mistake. You just rectify me, okay?
Okay.
Is it fine now?
Yes,
Then
ma'am.
we can cross multiply this AB, right? So in the next step, we will get, if I take CB, so we will get C plus BY plus AX
By AB.
by modulus AB, right? And then here we will get A square plus B square by modulus AB. Again, we can cancel them out. So in a result, we will get AX plus BY plus C and by A square plus B square, right? So
Yes.
this is our height. Okay, any doubt? Any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, give me 1 minute, like 30 seconds. Let me see.
Yeah, yeah, sure. If you are facing any difficulty following this step, so you can just let me know. I will clarify it. Okay.
Got it, ma'am.
So it's fine for all of you, right? Like up to now, what I covered, it's fine for all of you, right? So next, this is our last concept. We have SSE.
I'm just asking, like, this derivation holds like that much importance or not? Because the formulas are there, we just have to put the formulas.
Yeah, this derivations is not that, like, if you don't need to remember them, but it's better to know how it's coming. Like, it's better to know something from the root, right? So it's enough. Like, if you're looking it from the exam purpose, then it's enough if you remember the formula only.
Ma'am,
Yes,
for
ma'am, because
finding height, this formula we can use, right?
Yes.
For
Height,
triangle.
not height. Actually, this is the height is the distance from the line AB to C. This height is basically.
so basically,
Distance of C.
when ma'am was deriving the formula from a point to a line, ma'am actually assume it for derivation, the area and height.
Yeah.
We don't have
So
to consider it like that. It's a
You don't.
triangle. It's a height.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
You don't
just
have
have to
to.
you just have to consider if there is a point and if it has a perpendicular distance from a line. So this
okay,
formula
okay,
has to be
okay.
put
So
I
like
get
that
that.
it, I get it.
perpendicular distance, that means the shortest distance, I am just expressing as the
You
smallest.
assumed as H.
Yeah. This is the smallest distance, or the perpendicular distance from the point C, like of the point C from the line AB. Okay.
I mean, X and Y are the 2 points, I guess.
Yeah. C is the coordinate of C is X
Yes,
and
yes,
Y.
coordinates. X and Y are the coordinates, and A, B, and C are from the equation of the line.
Yeah. So if you want to, like, here we have created some confusion. We can take it as x naught, y naught, and ax, like the equation of the line AB is ax plus by plus c equals to 0. Okay. So if you have the line AB with the equation ax plus by plus c equals to 0, and if you have the point x naught, comma y naught, then the distance, the perpendicular distance from the point C of the line AB is nothing but this. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. It's enough.
So, ma'am, so, ma'am, to apply this formula, we have to first make it the straight line in general form, like ax plus by plus c equal to 0. It will make it.
Yes. You have, if you have this in other form, you can express it in the general form, right? Then you can use this. Yeah.
Okay.
Like, you have to find the value of A, B, and C. That is why you have to express the equation in the general form.
Okay.
So basically, all the ABC variables has to be on LHS or RHS, just like that.
Yes. Like, this should be in the same site according to the general form. Okay. Is it fine for all of you? Or if you have any doubt, you can ask.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Then we should move to SSE. So SSE, the full form of SSE is squared sum error. So from the name, we can clearly think about it, that it will be the, like, if you have the error, you have to square it and then sum it, right? So if you have the error, some error 1, error 2, error 3, and so on, then we have to first square it and then you have to sum it. This is clear from the name, right? But what is the purpose of SSE, right? So suppose, like, you have something to plan, and you have two different options. Like, you can like, if you want to observe something, like, just for example, suppose you want to start a business and you want to observe your profit. Okay. So you can do it exactly, you can do it approximately, right? Like, before starting the business, you can first, you can just set your mind with some profit, which is a approximate profit, right? So we have two sides. First is approximation. Okay. And the second thing is exact value. Okay. So suppose you want to start a business and you want to check your profit. Okay. So first thing, you can, like, think something approximately. That means in the day 1, suppose we have day, you can set a approximate value. Suppose you have said that in the day 1, your profit is some y1. Okay. In the day 2, your profit is some y2. This is the approximation. Okay. Approximate profit. So in day 3, you have the approximate profit y3. Okay. So this is the approximation table. Then you can have the exact value. That means at the end of the day, you can calculate the profit, and then you can collect the actual data, right? So you have the exact value. So suppose your exact value is, like, in the day 1, you have some y1 star. This is your profit. Okay. In the day 2, you have y2 star. This is your exact profit. Okay. In day 3, you have the y3 star. This is your exact profit. Okay. So that means in day 1, you have the approximate profit y1, and and the exact profit as y1 star. Okay. Now, if you want to find the error between the approximate profit, that means the approximate value, and the exact value, so then what will be the error? The error will be modulus of y1 minus y1 star, right?
And what do you mean by error here?
Okay, so error means basically the difference. The difference between the approximate value and the exact value. Okay, so first you have the approximate value of some data. If you are collecting a data, you have an approximate value of the data and you have the exact value of the data. Like in the example, you have the approximate profit in a day and you have the exact profit in a day. Okay, so error means the difference between approximate profit and exact profit. So if you just consider it as like your approximate profit as a line, as a point, and exact profit as a point, so the difference between these two profit will be this line, right? Length of a line. A similar way we will do this type of thing too, right? That means the length of the approximate minus the length of the error. That means the length of the larger minus the length of the smaller one. So this will be your error 1. That means the difference between the approximate profit and exact profit in day 1. This is your error 1. Okay. This error 1 means difference between profit and exact. Okay, is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we can also see it in the coordinate system. That means suppose this is your profit.
So
This
ma'am,
is your...
it can be both, ma'am, it can be both the way, na? Difference between approximate and exact, or difference between exact and approximate,
Yeah, I
because
mean,
it's a
we have to
modulus thing.
take the positive value. That is why I'm
Ma'am,
taking the modulus.
but ma'am, it's modulus, na, so we can have it like approx minus exact, or exact minus approx. It's one and the same thing.
Yeah, this is same. This is
Is
what
it?
you are saying, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, yeah. So modulus will cancel the
Yeah.
negative
So
sign.
ma'am,
Right? So this is
is
same.
there a square also in that?
No, 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 no. If you want to calculate the error, then there is no square, like square. So you can observe it from the coordinate system. Like suppose your x here, your y-axis represent the profit, okay, and suppose your x-axis represent the day, okay, and I say, okay, in day 1 we have the profit, approximate profit as some y1 and the exact profit as some y1 star. Okay, suppose you have y1 star 1 comma y1 star here and 1 comma y1 here. Okay, so this is your y1 and this is your y1 star, just for example. Okay, then what will be the difference between these 2 points? This will be the same, right? Y1 star minus y, right? But here the exact is higher than the approximate, but you can also have this possibility where the exact will be lower than the approximate, right? So in that case the difference will be y1 minus y1 star. So basically we will take the positive thing. That is why I took the modulus. Is it fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So is there is there a nature of the error? It should be between 0 or 1, or it could be more than 1 also.
Yeah, it can be more than 1 also. There is no boundary of this. Okay. So
Because
the thing, you have
when
to
we
take
see in
the
the...
error as positive. It can be any positive number.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So this is that is how we can calculate the error. Basically, if we have the whole scenario is basically if you have the approximate value and for a data, and if you have the exact value, then you can calculate the error, which is nothing but the distance between these 2 points. If you see this from the point of view of Cartesian coordinate system. Okay. So this is your error 1, E1. I denoted it like E1. That means this is the error in day 1. Similarly, you can calculate error 2, error 3, and so on, right? So you have all the errors, and SSE is like kind of here you are squaring and summing the error. So you will get, we can express it like this, where I equals to 1 to 3. That means, so this is, for this example, this is our SSC. So that is how we can calculate the error. Then we will square it and sum in. So we will basically get the approximate error in the whole data table. Like in with respect to the whole scenario, we will get the approximate error. Okay. Then accordingly, you can like do whatever you want to do. Okay. So this is the purpose of SSC. That means if you have some approximation and some exact values, then you can find the errors. Yeah, you can find the errors, and using the SSC method, basically.
So, ma'am, can we try some questions on that, because many people are saying that actually.
Sure.
Because when we
I have
see
put one question in chat.
Regarding SSC.
Yes, you can check it.
Okay, so this is basically the purpose of SSC. Now let us see how can we solve. So the last question is of SSC, right?
Ma'am, please do solve the first question also. A line L is such that.
Yeah, sure.
I asked it earlier.
Okay. I will solve this also. So let us start from this. Okay. Okay. So we have this thing, y equals fx. So this is our approximation. Okay. And this is our exact value. Okay. Now you have x and you have y. This is our exact data and this is our approximate data, and we have to find the value of k such that the square sum error, that means the approximate error with respect to the whole data table, will be the minimum, right? So let us see how can we do that. Okay, so let me just write it in my notepad, the equation. Some of you just tell me the equation. I will write the equation and
just ma'am, copy paste.
Ma'am, can you
that
get back to the
page.
question?
No,
like,
we can't copy this thing.
Ma'am, can we get back to the question, like
this question?
Yes, ma'am. Done, ma'am. Okay. I wanted to take the screenshot. That's all. Yeah.
Okay. So what is the equation? Just tell me.
No, ma'am, you take a screenshot, right? Then you go to save. There is option copy and delete. You copy.
That we can do. Okay, we can solve it here. Then no problem. Okay. Okay. So first we
just
have
done and copy and delete.
Yeah, it's fine.
And there in notepad you can hold and paste it.
What? Again, you just.
He's saying copy the screenshot and paste it in your notepad.
Ma'am, the done left corner, right?
Okay.
Copy and delete.
Copy and delete. Okay. Then you just
go to notepad.
Okay, fine.
Just hold on the middle. No, ma'am. On the middle of notepad with finger, just hold with one finger.
Hello everyone.
And you got option
Welcome
with
to the
paste.
lecture. In this lecture, we are going to cover activity. Sorry.
No. We are not going to cover the activity thing.
No, ma'am. Hold it with one finger only. Just hold.
No, it's
and you
not
got
happening.
option with paste.
No, it's not coming. It's not coming. Paste option is not.
Yes, ma'am. Paste.
No, paste option is not coming. Okay, let me try it again.
Ma'am, can I suggest one thing?
Save to photo also.
No,
we can do
from
it.
file you can try it.
No, paste option is not coming. I don't know why.
No,
I
save
just
to
let
photos.
me save to photos and.
There.
Okay. So our x1 is 1. Okay, that means the first thing. So our y is, that means I am taking it as y. Okay. The exact thing was y1 star, right? And our y will be the exact the value what can we get from the approximation. That means f of x1, right? So f of x1 will be what? You can calculate it, right? So 1 minus 2, then 1 minus 4, then 1 minus 6 plus k. So what will be the result? Minus 3 minus 5 plus k, right? That means k minus 15. Is it fine? Okay. Then our x2 is...
Ma'am, this is given, right? You wrote like...
Yeah. So you have the equation given here. F of x equals to the equation x minus 2, x minus 4, and x minus 6 plus k, right? And you have the exact data given. Okay. So your x1 was this, and this is your exact value. And approximate value you can calculate using the equation. Okay. So this is the approximate value. Okay.
Ma'am, how did we get exact value? There is given, right?
Exact value is given here. Minus 11 for 1, right?
Okay.
Exact value will be given in the data table, and approximate value you have to calculate using the approximation. That means there will be some equation given for the approximation, and you have to calculate the approximate value. Okay? Yeah. So what will be the error 1 then? y1 star minus y1, right? Right? It was the formula, right? That means
yes.
Minus 11 minus k plus 15. So 4 minus k. This is the error 1, right? Similarly, we can calculate error 2, error 3, and so on. So what is our x2? X2 is 3. Y2 star is
7.
Yeah. And what is y2? Again, you have to use the equation. So we will get, what is the value? Just calculate 7. And let me know.
Okay.
So we'll get 1 into minus 1 into minus 3 plus k, right? So we will get 3 plus k as y2, right? So what will be error 2 then? What will be the value of error 2? 7 minus 3 minus k, which is 4 minus k, right? Is it fine? What is x3?
5 and 1.
Y3 star? And what is y3?
6 and 4. Y3 1.
Again?
1.
1. There should be a k. Y3. That means you have to use the equation. Again, you just have to use the equation repeatedly.
Ma'am, from table we have take 1 x and y and then put into approximation, right?
Yes. How to take this equation?
Okay, so you have the equation given f of x, right? Once you are taking x1, this is your x1, and for x1 you will get the exact y1, which is defined by we are denoting it as y1 star. So for x1, when x1 is 1, we can see the exact value. That means y1 star is minus 11. Similarly, for 3 we have 7, for 5 we have 1, and for 6 we have 4, right? So this is the exact value. That means you have input is 1, 3, 5, and 6, and the exact output is minus 11, 7, 1, and 4. Okay. Now you have to find the approximate output. So approximate output you will get from f of x1, f of x2, f of x3, and f of x4. Okay. So this is our f of x1. That means the first approximate value. Similarly, we calculated f of x2, which is the second approximate value.
For approximation, we have to calculate f of x2 and f of x4 and f of x6,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, now I got it.
Yeah. So this will be f of,
which is given in equation.
Yeah. And f is given in the question, the equation. Okay. Yeah. So what will be the value of f of x3? That means the the
minus
approximate.
X minus x.
So we will get we will get 3 into 1 into minus 1 plus k. That means k minus 3, right? Yeah. So what will be the error 3 then? Error 3 will be exact minus approximate, right? So exact we have 1 and approximate we have k minus 3. So we will get 4 minus k again. Is it fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So this is our error 3. Similarly, we can calculate the error 4. So we have x4 equals to 1.
Here we are getting the error as same, but it is not always possible, na? That the error should be same.
Yeah, no. This can be different, but in that case, we are getting it same.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, they can be different. No. What is y4 star? The exact value is 4, right? 4 is given in the data table. And what is y4?
6.
This is f of, this is f of x4, right?
F of x4.
That means 6 minus 2, 6 minus 4, 6 minus 6 plus k. So it will be simply k, right? So the error will be, approximate minus the exact. That means again 4 minus k, right? Error 4. That means we have error 1, error 2.
Ma'am, for x we are, please call. For x we are taking 6 and putting in the approximation equation.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And what we have to do with 4, which is y.
This one?
Yes.
So this is your exact value. Okay.
So what we have to do
and this
from
is
this?
your approximate value. And from the exact and approx, you can calculate the difference between exact and approx, which is the error.
E4, which you calculate 4 minus k.
Yes. Okay.
How did you calculate? Please, can you tell 4 minus k?
So this is the formula for error, right? The exact minus approx modulus of
x2.
We are following this formula every time.
Okay.
This is okay.
Yes, ma'am. After that, what happened?
Okay, so we have all the errors now, right? Error 1, error 2, error 3, and error false. Now we have to calculate the SSE. So SSE will be squared sum error. That means we have to square all the error. Then you have to sum it. That means E1 square, E2 square, E3 square, then E4 square, right? And all the error will be equals to 4 minus k square. That means 4 into 4 minus k square, right? This is our SSE, right? Is it fine up to now? Like up to calculating the SSE?
Yes, ma'am.
How did you calculate 4 minus k?
So all the values I just put it here. Like E1 is 4 minus k, E2 is 4 minus k.
All the values are different, right?
Here,
it's same.
All the values are same. All the values are 4 minus k.
Oh, okay, I see.
Okay. So in the result, we get the SSE as 4 into 4 minus k. Okay. Then let us see the question. So what will be the value of k? So the SSE is minimum. So if this is the equation and you have to find the minimum. Okay. So if you have the equation, now we can consider the equation as sum f of k equals to 4 into 4 minus k square. Okay. So we can calculate the minimum of any curve, right? Using the derivative type of thing. So you have to calculate the first derivative. So what will be the first derivative? It will be 8 into 4 minus k, then minus 1. That means 8k minus 30.
You mean the power will be multiplied and there will be also the multiplication of minus 1 with it.
Yeah, the chain rule of derivative, right?
Yes, no. dx of Minus
What?
k. Then will be -1.
Here we have minus
-ak
k, right?
plus.
We are applying the chain rule of derivative. That we know, right? You know how to calculate the derivative of any given curve, right?
Of minus
Yes,
k.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Just apply the chain rule because we have minus k, so you have to take the constant multiplication. That means you have to do the derivative of this thing again. So this will
Ma'am,
be
what if
minus
it
1.
was plus instead of minus?
Then you have to take, you don't need to take the minus 1 here. Like the typical derivative I did here, right? That means
32
you have
would be
x
plus,
plus.
no?
Yes, ma'am. Please show
Yes,
it.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
What?
Ma'am, please show
32
it what
would
you
be
were
plus.
writing right now.
32 will be plus. Why?
8 4s are 32, right?
But minus 1 is multiplied here.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah. Now we can calculate the critical point. If you equate the derivative as equals to 0, then you will get the value of k, right? Which is?
Where -1 came from?
Do you know how to derivative a function?
Do you know chain rule?
Chain
It's
rules?
a part of the chain.
No, just you can remind me.
Okay. So if you have this thing,
Ma'am, just in
composition of
this, why we have not taken the under root? Like we should have taken the under root also, I guess. Is it?
Why?
Ma'am, you said na
Root?
for the SSC we have to have an under root also. Square plus
Ma'am,
square
8
plus
here.
square.
No. Why root? Root is coming. Why? Like we have to square the errors and take the sum, not root.
Okay, for SSC we
Squared
don't
sum.
have.
Yeah. No.
We don't have
No
a
root
root.
is there. No.
I thought you said earlier it was a root or something.
No.
How it come 8? How it come 8 here?
Power
Just
multiplication.
I derivative this thing, na. So the power will be multiplied here with 4. So if you
Basically,
want to take the derivative of this thing, this basically f dash of gx into g dash x. This is the chain rule. Okay.
so basically we have to multiply the power which is there, and we have to
Yeah,
subtract
that means
the
the
power by 1.
derivative of this thing is basically n x power n minus 1.
Ma'am, this is f dash is f dash bracket g into x multiply g dash x.
Yes.
Ma'am, what if
It's
there
written
was
in
a power of 3 instead of 2? Then the power would become 2 and it will be multiplying.
Yeah, right. So you can find this thing. This is a general formula. If it was like x plus k, 4 plus k to the power some cube, then it would be 4 plus k square. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
3 4 plus
Okay,
k
ma'am,
square.
got
Okay,
it.
ma'am.
We can.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So we get this thing. This is called the critical point. Okay. This is called the critical point. And now you have to calculate a double derivative. That means you have to again derivative this thing. Okay.
Why, ma'am?
This is the rule.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. So that means as a result in double derivative we have 8, right?
For maxima and minima, I think.
Yeah, for maxima and minima, which is greater than 0 at any point even k equals to 4. Now if you get the double derivative as greater than 0, then that point k equals to 4, the critical point will be minima.
No.
If it were less than 0, the critical point would be maxima. So this is a test called double derivative test. You will got to know about this test, like you will learn the test in details in your week 9 probably. Okay, so for now you can just know this is the formula, like this is a rule. Using this you can find the maxima and minima for any given curve. Okay.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, for
Can you solve
maxima,
one
what
derivative for me, ma'am? Can I say, ma'am, it is 4 minus c whole square. 2 into 4 minus c whole square.
2 into 4 minus c whole square.
Plus 3.
Plus 3.
Into 3 minus c whole square.
3 minus c whole square.
No, ma'am. You mean the 3 should be multiplied by...
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Into. So this is your function f of c.
Yes, ma'am.
And you want to derivative it, right? So we will
Yes.
first derivative this thing. Okay. So
Okay.
2 is here. We will first derivative 4 minus c whole square. So the derivative of this will be 2 into 4 minus c. Then again we have to derivative this thing. So for this we will get minus 1.
Minus
Okay.
1. Yes.
So we will get minus 2 into 4 minus c.
Okay, ma'am.
And then plus 3 into, again 2 will be here. And then 3 minus c into minus 1. Right? Then
Yes,
you
ma'am.
can simplify it. So
Ma'am, there is one question in the above. The error when we do the double derivative, it should always be a positive, na ma'am? Because it's a error.
here it is positive, but the thing is, if you have like some, suppose this type of thing, then you would have get something negative, right? Here it is positive. Like if you get positive, that means this is a minimum, and you have to find the minimum here, right? Minimum here, the minimum
Yes,
error.
ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
ma'am. It
you
should be
just need
minimum,
the
na.
yeah,
It
yeah,
should be
it
a
will be
minimum
minimum.
only.
Yeah. Yes.
Like when can it be negative the double derivative, because then it would be a maximum
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, it can be negative too. I mean,
But maximum can be anything, na ma'am.
okay,
Maximum
so
there
you
is no
will
limit.
here you will not get the negative thing, because this will be always positive. So here I guess you will not get negative. Okay, this is you have, for this you can get another thing, like whenever you have a quadratic equation in this form, x squared plus bx plus c. This is a quadratic equation. Okay, so quadratic equation typically look like a parabola. Okay, it can be in the upward direction, it can be in the downward direction too. Okay, so if it is in the upward direction, that means this constant, if it is positive, then you will get a parabola in the upward direction. In that case, you
No,
can
ma'am,
find
I
the
am
limit.
saying in the context of an error, because to
Here
find
you
it.
will always get the error as positive. I mean the double derivative as positive. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you are correct. Here you will get it positive always, because you have to find the minimum error.
Yes, ma'am. And also we don't have to find the double derivative here, because in the function only we can see that
Yeah,
at
this
k
is
is equal
just
to
for
4,
the
we can
this is
have a
just for the
fk is equal to
verification.
0.
This is just for the verification. But yeah, if it is enough if you just calculate the critical point, but it's always better to verify it up to the end, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, wait, ma'am. Could you solve the question? What I just told you.
Sure. So everything is fine with this up to this, right?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yes,
that
ma'am.
FC, ma'am. My question was FC of the function derivative.
Okay, this one.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so up to this step it is fine, right? Now you can
Yeah.
just simplify it. So we'll get minus 16 plus 4c plus minus 6 into 3 means 18 plus 6c, right? So it will be 10c minus 18 minus 16. How much is it?
34.
minus
34.
34. Yeah. Okay.
Ma'am,
Ma'am, in
and
this.
ma'am, do we need to do this derivative again? Again, one more time, as per the rule?
No, this was some different question. I mean, he just told me the equation and he asked me to calculate the derivative.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, this is not related to this question.
So, ma'am, in this question, the answer would be k is equal to 4.
Yeah, the answer is k equals to 4. That means at k equals to 4, you will find the minimum value.
No, ma'am, the question which I asked, the FC1, I was also told to find the minimum SSE.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
that's why I was
Okay. So again, if here you have f dash c equals to this, right? So you can find the critical point. This will be 10c minus 34 equals to 0. So c will be 3.4, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And if you calculate the double derivative, it will be 10. That means greater than 0. So at this point, we will get the minimum. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Derivative becomes 0 when slope this point is equal to 0.
Yeah, you have to like calculate the root of the equation, root of the derivative equation of the function. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Ma'am, one last question which I asked earlier only, I have dropped it in the chat box, ma'am. Could you please get into that question? Yes, ma'am. That one. No, ma'am. Scroll down, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. A line L is such that its segment between line that one.
Ma'am, can we do more questions on SSC? Like, if you can suggest, like,
Yeah, we
since
can. You have this thing in your assignments questions, right?
Okay.
Easy
I'll
questions.
try it.
Yeah. You just you can see the questions.
Ma'am, could you please help with 2.10 assignment question number 1 and 2?
Okay, assignment question we will see, but not in this session. In the next session, we have the solving the session.
Ma'am, can we have this last question because it's already time?
Yeah. This is the last question. After that, I will not take any question. So tomorrow again we have the solve with the session, and then you can ask your doubt. Okay, tomorrow sessions. Okay.
Ma'am, in tomorrow's session,
I'm
please
not getting
share some
the
topics of
joining
SSC.
link and scheduled meeting.
It's on Google Calendar, right?
Yeah, you should get
Yes.
it from the
Pin
Google
your
Calendar.
calendar.
Yeah.
From.
Ma'am, so tomorrow can we solve more question on SSC because it's a little new concept for all of us.
Sure. We
Please.
will definitely solve more questions in ACC. Okay, so a line L is such that segment between this and this is internally bisected. Okay. Okay, if I just have this Cartesian coordinate, then if I have this equation 2x minus 3y plus 5, we can write it in the intercept form, right? So what will be the presentation? Minus 5 by 2, 5 by 3 equals 1, right? So if I draw the equation, the line, so how will it look? Something like that, right?
The slope will go downward, I guess. Yes.
So this is the line 2x minus 3y plus 5 equals to 0. Similarly, for the second equation, y plus x minus 3 equals to 0, we will get right? So we can draw it like if you have 3, that means we will get something like that. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, we can simplify this line, no?
Which
First of
one?
all, 2x minus 34 plus 5 and y plus x minus
It's
3 equal to
3y
0.
plus 5, bro.
3y.
Yes, it's by mistaken.
Okay.
3y, yes.
This is also y. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, first we can simplify this there only.
Yeah. So we have
Yep,
these
we
two
did.
lines. Yeah. So we have these two lines. And what is the question? A line L is such that its segment between the line, this two line is internally bisected at the point 2.1. Okay. So what is the coordinate of the point? Can you calculate the coordinate of the point? That is the intersection of these two lines.
Yes, ma'am. We can find out by solving the equation method.
Yeah, sure. So just calculate and let me know. From here, we can find y is equals to 3 minus x and just put it here, right? Then we will get 2x minus 3 into 3 minus x.
X is minus 4 by 5, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Ma'am,
X
4 by
is
5.
4 by
X is
5,
4
4
right?
by
by 5. Yes.
And y will be 3 minus 4 by 5. That means 15 minus 1. That means 11 by 5, right? That means it is 2 point something. And this will be 0 point something. So this point is basically x coordinate is 0 point something. And y coordinate is 2 point something. Then we have the point 2.1. That means 2 and 1. That means you
And
should have.
why don't we just keep it in fractions only?
Hmm?
I mean, why don't we just keep it in fractions?
Yeah, we can keep it in fractions, like 4 by 5 and
4 by 5 and 11 by 5.
now you have all the datas, right? This is your point 4 by 5 and 11 5, and this is your point this. Now you can find the equation of the line using these 2 points, right?
Remember, what does the question means? Like, is internally bisected at a point? So this line, which
What
is
does this mean?
segmented between the lines, what does it mean?
Okay, so at that point the line bisected. That means like the line is something. This point you can consider as a middle point of the line.
Means the line divides the section in two parts.
You have a
It
line
cannot be the middle
segments.
point, no, madam. It can be any. It is bisecting. It is dividing into two.
Parts.
The ratio is not
So
important here.
basically, that means bisected means this point 2.1. It will be in the line, right?
Yes, ma'am.
What, ma'am?
2.1, because this point is bisecting the line. So this point will be in the line, right?
On the line, yeah.
Right. So this point will be on the line, and this point will be on the line. You just have to calculate the line segment.
Ma'am, I am saying that the line that you drawn right now. So this the line of the equation is that, na?
The
Yes.
L.
2 point,
L line,
2 point
yes.
formula.
Yeah. Now you have 2 points, and you know that L line passes through this 2 points. So you can now calculate the formula of the equation of the line.
Ma'am, actually, I was asking you, what is the line? Like the line is segmented between these two lines. So the equation of the line is the line that you have drawn right now, na? Recently. Is that the line?
Yeah, this line. L.
Which one, ma'am? I'm actually
okay, let me use another color. This
line is such that segment between the lines.
Okay.
The line.
Is it fine?
Ma'am, how the 2 by 1 is like going away from these two lines? It should come in between those two lines, because it's this point is internally
bisected. It is saying so. It should come between these two, not.
No, it's internally bisected. The line L1, L, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so this should come here. I mean, if you see this point, this will be 0 point something. That means it should be less than 1.
Yes.
The position of the point. And 11 by 5 is something little bit greater than 2. So it will be upward in the. Okay.
No, ma'am, I am saying.
I'm sorry. It is.
Actually, ma'am, points will come in this.
मैम मतलब जो ट्रायंगल है ना मैम जो ट्रायंगल आई मीन
Which triangle?
जो ट्रायंगल फॉर्म हुआ है अभी जो मैं हम लोग के सामने जो ट्रायंगल दिख रहा है उसके अंदर से ना लाइन पास होना चाहिए एल क्योंकि बोला इंटरनली बाइसेक्ट.
No, but wherever it is a infinite line, no. So internal, outside, somewhere it will go. But the problem thing is, we have found out one point where both the two lines equations given, one point we have found out, and they have given 2,1 as one more point. So the particular line will pass through these 2 points, and it will be infinite line.
This line 2.1 is internally bisecting the line L. The point 2.1. That means the point. This is the clue that this point will be in the line.
Okay, I mean the line L is
Yeah.
being bisected at
Is
this
getting
point.
bisected at
Okay.
the point 2/1. That means it's a hint that the point 2/2.1 will be on the line L.
Oh, it doesn't mean that it should internally
No.
bisect between
No,
these
no.
two lines.
No, 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 no.
Okay, okay, ma'am. That
Yeah.
was the greatest conclusion. Ma'am.
Yes. this is just to confuse. That means this point will be on the line L. That
Yes.
means you have a point which is on the line and you are getting another point. Now you can use the 2-point intercept form and you can calculate the.
No, but I didn't got it. Like, it is saying that a line L is such that its segment between the line this and is internally bisected at the
Yes,
point
the
2,
line
1.
is infinite, na bro. That's why it is a just
Yeah,
little
this is the segment because we are taking a small portion of the line, right?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Between these 2 points. Okay. You just try to get it. If not, then we will again discuss it in the next.
Ma'am, because how can we say that the line is passing through the intersection of these 2 lines? How can we say that?
Repeat again.
Ma'am, how can we say that the line is passing through the intersection of these 2 lines?
Because of the word between the lines, this and this, right? Between the lines means what do you understand?
Between the lines means, ma'am, the person was saying the triangle. It should be between that, na? It should be internally bisected.
नहीं भाई हम भी पहले वही
No,
सोच
no,
रहे
no,
थे
no, 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 no.
अब
No,
जाके क्लियर है
triangle
देखो
will not
triangle is
come at
not a
all.
factor.
See,
Triangle
x-axis,
is not
y-axis
a
if is not there, where is the question of triangle? X-axis, y-axis only imaginary lines.
No, not about x-axis and
The
y-axis.
thing is, see, the thing is because they mentioned between the lines, so you have to consider the point which is between the line, and the another point which is bisecting the line L is 2.1. This is the hint.
2.1 or 2,1?
Yeah, 2,1. Yeah, 2,1.
But I was asking you, how can you say that the line is passing through the intersection of the 2 points, intersection of the line?
Because of the word between the lines. Between the lines, because of this word.
भाई सुनो भाई हेलो भाई ये यहाँ बोल रहा है बिटवीन द लाइंस मतलब दोनों लाइन के बीच से पास होनी चाहिए अब ये नहीं बोला है कि तुम्हारे दोनों लाइन के क्लोज्ड फिगर के अंदर से पास होनी चाहिए
Yeah. Between the lines means you have to consider both the lines and it should passes through both the line and you have only one option at the intersection point. And at least if you want to pass a line between these 2 lines, that means you have to consider the intersection point. At that point, if you pass the straight line, that means it will cut both the lines at that point. That is what they wanted to mean by between the lines.
And to reiterate it, there is nothing called as inside. There is nothing between inside 2 lines. No, there cannot be anything. There is no space.
What do you mean by inside a line? There is nothing called inside a line and outside a line, no? Between 2 lines means you just consider the intersection point and another point you have given as a hint.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we can again discuss this
Ma'am,
question.
can Aditya tell us this question is from which practice assignment, from where? Can you tell us, like, you have taken this
from any practice assignment? I mean, I was solving RS Agarwal.
Okay, so in the next question, like, can you take the picture of the question and the answer also, so it would be more clear?
Sure.
Because I don't know the answer, so we might do it maybe wrong. So can you tell us the answer also in the next?
Okay, bro.
Yeah,
and
it
also
just come with the answer in the next session. Then we can again solve it in the next
and
session.
also and also take the picture of the question, like.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm also taking the picture. Okay, we can discuss this question in the next session again, and you just come with the answer. Then we can recheck it with the answers also. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Okay. Any other doubts related to the concept? If you have doubt regarding the question, we can see it in the next session. We have next 2-3 sessions for the questions. But if you have
This
doubt,
question which I gave is from PYQ.
which one?
The image
SSC. SSC.
Yeah,
Okay.
SSC.
Okay.
Aditya,
So
can you post that question also in the group of the WhatsApp? It would be better for us.
yeah, you can also discuss it. Yeah. So if you have doubt regarding any concept, you can ask it.
Send me the link of the WhatsApp group.
I'll send my like, maybe you can send your phone number or something.
Can give your phone number.
Okay,
I'll give
I
my
guess it's being live streaming, so let's not discuss this type of thing yet. You can discuss it later among yourself. Now you just if you can ask if you have any doubt. Otherwise, just leave and discuss this type of thing among yourself.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
Okay, thank you for the session, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, welcome.
Ma'am.
Is there anyone have group?
Yes, bro. Link is in chat. Can
Okay.
chat.